they search for the IP addresses for you. So when you actually sign the contract, make sure you know exactly which IP addresses you will be receiving, and make sure you know exactly who the seller is. Now, I said we'll be talking about pricing. IRIN runout has affected pricing. Basically, last year, before IRIN runout, prices have been going really down. And since IRIN has run out, prices have gone up. The RIPE inter-area transfer policy also caused prices to kind of harmonize between RIPE and IRIN region. It used to be that RIPE IP addresses were more expensive than IRIN IP addresses. Well, now IRIN IP addresses have gone up as well, just because they know that IP addresses can be transferred to the RIPE region. So they no longer ask for the small prices to transfer into into IRIN. They would rather wait and transfer them to RIPE and get more money. The minimum price that we have observed in 2013 and 14 has been somewhere between $7 and $9. That was the minimum. We've seen transfers happening at 10, at 12, and higher as well. But the minimum we have seen in 2013 and 14 was 7 to 9. That's also because there were a lot of IP addresses available on the market. Now what we see is that the prices have harmonized somewhere around $10 to $12 per IP address. But we also see that only a handful of /16s or larger blocks are available in the market, meaning that all the very large blocks have already been transferred or chopped up and sold into pieces. We've also seen a lot of transactions with blocks of /17 or smaller going at $12 to $14, and we've even brokered at least one transaction at $16 per IP address. If /8s come up on the market from the IRIN region, we do expect to see prices going down a bit. But if they don't, we expect to see prices at $25 or more per IP address within maximum 2 years. Now, I wanted to talk a bit about IPv6 as well, because we do say that we recycle IPv4 and try to promote IPv6. Now, we don't try, we actually do promote IPv6 a bit. But IPv6 has been measured by Google, and I think almost everyone uses this measurement as a pretty good view over the IPv6 in the internet. And it was virtually zero. The IPv6 deployment was between 0 and 0.5 until 2012. 2012 has seen a growth of 100% to 1.1%, and a growth of 150% in 2013 up to 2.8. Then we've seen another 100% growth in 2014 up to 5.6, and we now see 10.7% worldwide. That's a pretty good number, and we do expect that once we see 25 to 30% adoption of IPv6, that the need for IPv4 will decrease, meaning that once we see a really good deployment of IPv6 in the world, also the prices for IPv6 will decrease. However, IPv6 in Turkey is at 0.03%. And I really don't like to show this to you guys, but you have to do something about it. 0.03% is nothing. We have only 4 LIRs in Turkey that show kind of an usage of IPv6. And those 4 LIRs, unfortunately, you can't see it very well, but one of them is the National Library of Turkey. Another one is the National Academic Network and Information Center. And we have then Turkcell and Very Technique. These are actually the only 4 LIRs as seen by the RIPE NCC that are actually using IPv6. And as Gerardo showed you, the IPv6 ripeness only shows 3% of LIRs of the 300 in Turkey. Only 3% have actually 4 stars, meaning only 3% have received the IPv6